we sort of get into it. We sort of get into it.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we are. Is it 5? You know what? We're on time. Okay.
Yeah.
What is up, people? For the few people in here, thank you for joining. As always, on Mondays, this is our 3rd episode, and we are here with Corporal Bishop. Okay? Before we start, I'd like to also say, if you haven't already, and you get annoyed throughout the episode of the ads, please subscribe to the Twitch to get rid of it. You know what I mean? You get 1 free Amazon Prime subscription a month for Twitch. He's on Son of a Deacon.
You got a promo code?
So without further ado,
My boy is moving up. Y'all subscribe. He making moves, yo.
without further ado, let's introduce Corporal Bishop here. I'm going to let him take the stage.
How y'all doing? I'm Corporal Bishop from Illinois. I'm a 35-31, 35-34 by trade. Means I have a primary MOS based off secondary MOS, off MOS. Yeah, stationed here in 29 Palm.
Okay. So actually, I didn't even know. It's 35. Say it again. 35.
35-31, 35-34.
Why did I think that Fuels was a part of the 7000 series?
So bulk fuel,
Yeah,
it's $13.91.
$13.91.
So we have 2 MOSs.
Right, because you have bulk fuel.
Yeah.
And then, and a portion of that is the motor T.
Yeah.
And that's combined under the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got
and you are
I'm motor T, 35-31, 35-34.
got it.
And then I got a chance to get my fuel cert. Yeah,
Okay, so Marines can have both.
Well, by the MOS, you could I imagine there's some sort of second.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
So basically, it was just that. It's we just were it was during COVID.
Okay.
And it was just kind of weird.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, I just want a new order. Wrong.
That makes sense. Okay. We're gonna get into that.
Right.
That's pretty interesting. Okay. So first off, is your mic still on figure 8? No, I switched it. Can you not hear him? I was looking at the thing. No, it is on. It is on figure 8. Should it not be? I thought you said put it on figure 8. I don't know. This is funny. Give me a mic test over there.
Test.
Okay, see that yellow bar?
Yellow.
See the thing?
Uh-huh.
We need to be in the yellow.
Okay.
So when you're talking, consider see how I'm the projection is almost bringing into the red. Yeah. Okay, that's where we need to be. For some reason, your mic gate in OBS is cutting him out more. It's because of his tone. I we'll figure it out. Come on, Deacon. He doesn't know his colors. Okay, so
wow. I don't know my colors. What you know about magenta?
So let's start it off just with you joined the Marine Corps in 2019.
Yeah.
And you went to the recruiting office. Did you sit down and say, just give me what you got? Did you what was that process?
Yo, my story's kind of crazy. So,
okay.
I went to college.
Okay, how long?
I did I got technically 3 degrees. Got a bachelor's and 2 associate degrees. And I was working.
Okay.
For 2 years.
So you went to 4 years of college.
I joined at 24.
Okay, so we're similar. I joined at 24 as well.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
When I was just bored. I had a job with a friend of mine and his family's company.
Yeah.
They're paying me to just I didn't do much.
In the
I was in their company and I was just hanging out.
Before the Marine Corps. Okay, gotcha.
So I was hanging out with my best friend every day. And it was cool. Then he got a new position in the company where he's on the road.
Yeah.
And then I'm just man, 8 hours is long. It wasn't funny anymore.
Right.
And I realized how much energy I had. I was just
You just wanted to keep
Like, I'm
moving.
fidgety now.
Yeah.
Like, and this is 6 years in.
Right. But you, at that time, because you joined at 24 and you were still just itching to do something, and you said, let's do the Marine Corps.
Yeah. I pulled like so no, first off, I went to go Air Force first.
Okay, so that was my
Like-
kind of caveat question. Where was
Yeah.
Marine Corps your first choice?
No.
So Air Force was your first choice.
So so I went to go Air Force like everybody else, right?
Yeah,
And then they just took forever. Like,
just like with your processing stuff.
yeah.
Okay,
Like,
and you, why did you want Air Force? Like, what was your original draw?
I wanted any chance I could have to fly.
Oh, you wanted to go pilot.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay, and
Yeah.
you thought Air Force pilot.
Made sense.
Those
I did
things go together.
zero research. Zero research on
Zero
it.
research
Like,
into it.
if I
Okay.
would have known, it was just been like, I would've
Yeah,
done it.
yeah.
But then, they were taking forever.
Mhm.
So I went out and I was in a pickup game of basketball. And a buddy of mine just came back on leave.
Okay.
And he was like, try the Marines. I'm like, I'm okay.
Did you, okay, so you originally were like, no.
Right.
And then you thought to yourself, yes, at some point, right?
So he kept talking to me and he talked me into going to the actual like recruiting office.
Yeah.
And
Was the Air Force recruiting office not in like the same building?
no.
Oh, it was separate.
No.
Because that's usually how they get you.
Yeah.
Where they're like,
So
oh, you're not smart enough.
I
for the Air
was
Force.
calling and messaging them on Facebook.
The Marine Corps?
Air Force people.
Oh, the Air Force people. Okay.
Like, they were like, appointment, and I was having trouble getting appointments.
Yeah.
They would talk to me sometimes,
Yep.
but they would talk to me like all the time. And I go into the Marine Corps office and they just hype me up.
Oh, they're like,
They gassed.
yeah. Of course. I feel like
They're
that's
so good at their job. I was sitting there
I know.
I felt so pretty. Like,
Yeah, right. You go in there like, oh wow.
I'm the prom queen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, where's my tiara?
Okay, so you sat. So you did you ever go into a Air Force recruiting office, or was it only?
They were adamant. Don't come in and just like we'll talk through.
Oh, really?
Time. Yeah.
Okay, so you never actually like went in to talk
No.
to someone, and then your first meeting with the Marine Corps was in person.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
It was right away. That's the Donnie difference.
Now, before you
Yeah.
walked into the recruiting office, did you also have it in mind of flying?
Well, in a way.
Okay.
I was more open minded with the Marines.
Yeah.
Because I knew there was aircrafts, of course,
Sure.
but I didn't know the right. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Air Force seemed real easy to do whatever.
Right.
So, like, I
mean,
heard Marines and I was
true.
like, oh,
Yeah.
you might have to
Do something.
Like, I graduated high school. I was an old lineman in
Yeah.
football. Like, I was 320.
Right.
And I'm sitting there like I wasn't finishing the mile in gym class.
Right.
And then they were like,
You got
3 miles and I was like-
PFT,
I heard-
CFT.
was it 6 miles day one for OCS?
Oh,
and I was like-
so you did ask about the candidate
Yes.
school because you went in with a degree.
Yes.
So okay, so instead of going in talking about just enlisting, you were like, "Hey, what would I need to do with this degree to go and be a pilot?"
Yeah.
Got it. And he sat you down and gave you the whole OCS spiel.
Somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
He said that he gave me a couple things about it, but then he said there's an OCS recruiter. So
Oh, it's like a
it's
separate.
a separate dude. So he said, I'll talk to you about right here.
Gotcha.
And then, well, if you still want to go over there.
And we'll talk. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Got
when he said 6 miles day one, and I was like, I'm okay.
I'm good. Now, did you walk into the recruiting office like at 300 pounds? Like, oh,
No. No.
Okay, because this had been what, like probably what?
This was years after
4 or 5 years after you
Yeah,
graduated.
I cut the weight from.
Okay, so you were already like in
I
the
was
shape to like.
220.
Okay, gotcha. Right.
I was in shape,
and
but I never did long distance running.
Oh, wait, who
Like,
does? You know what I mean? Like,
I did sprints for
yeah,
cardio. and
yeah.
stuff. That
Like
was
I
it.
can't. I feel like no one in the Marine Corps, which is a standard, and I'm gonna probably make a video of this. which an 18-minute 3 mile is ridiculous. 18 minutes, 3 miles. I feel like the Marine Corps, like someone was sitting around a desk and was like, this seems right above, like this is Olympic level.
Yeah.
Right? Like Olympic level running. And you're telling me like we're right here.
What?
For 100 points. And if you don't hit that.
What I don't like
Mhm.
is that your requirements for your score to adjust to age is 32.
Right.
And I'm sitting here like, okay, so am I like LeBron now?
Right.
Like, I'm supposed my prime is
like,
supposed
am I
to be this long?
supposed to, like, you're telling me that a 20-year-old gets more points
Yeah.
on a physical assessment because he has to do less than me
Exactly.
at 31?
Derrick Rose, when he was like 6 years younger than me, he like tore his knee up.
Yeah,
hey, I tore my knee up. Yo, I'm just like Derrick Rose.
I need to talk to the. I wish I could be a fly on the wall in that conversation because it would be interesting. But,
so we'll get to it.
Yeah. So you wanted to join. You ended up wanting to do the Marine Corps thing.
Yes.
And you ended up taking, I'm assuming, the ASVAB with them.
Yeah.
And you went through the whole MEPS process. Like you were interested in the Air Force, but ended up just doing the whole process with them.
Yeah.
Okay. You decided, I'm assuming, like, okay, OCS wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Now, when you came back to the enlisted side recruiter, you sat down, you took the ASVAB, obviously did that whole thing, and he told you, hey, these are your options. And where was your mindset?
Okay, so this is where I was originally avionics.
Which is, see, I don't know MOS code.
Avionics. So it was the 64. I was going to be a 6492.
Okay. 6492.
Which is
oh, and sorry, a question to, I don't even know how to say it. Ski. Your Angel. That's his name. His MOS code is
3531.
3531. Which is
motor
transportation. Okay. Going back. Go.
What was it?
You were saying that you were originally avionics.
So after I got out of MCT and everything, I would go to Pensacola, and I'm there for 6 months.
Yeah.
And I end up going to like my follow-on school. And so my C school was in Biloxi, Mississippi, Keesler Air Force.
Sorry. So wait, you signed the avionics contract?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. This is why I like doing this. This is why I like doing this. I didn't know this. Okay, this is why I like doing this. Okay, so you signed the avionics contract.
Yes.
So you signed out of the recruiting office the 65 what?
The 6400.
6400 open contract.
On the
and then there's the
avionics side was just aviation electronics.
Yep.
On that side, you go to an open contract of that area.
Oh.
6400. 400.
Yeah. And then in boot camp you find out which one. No.
So when you're about to graduate from the original schoolhouse,
okay,
that's when you get branched off
to wherever
randomly.
Oh, really? Okay, so the schoolhouse kind of encompasses all of it, and then they're like, yes, you're gonna go here, you're gonna go. Okay, yeah. So you went, signed the contract, went through boot camp, went through MCT, and then the schoolhouse, knowing you're gonna be avionics.
Yes.
Learned the avionics, the 6400 avionics. What did you get told out of the schoolhouse?
So then in Pensacola, they told me that I'm going to Keesler Air Force Base, Biloxi, Mississippi, to be 6492.
Okay.
It's a calibrations tech.
Okay, so...
which is like, avionics already considered like the nerds.
Sure.
That's like the nerds.
Sure.
We work on the stuff
calibration tech. Calibration techs for anything specific?
For just anything like involving like the aircrafts and stuff. So we would be.
So specifically aircraft, nothing to do with like vehicles.
No, not really.
No, just aircraft stuff. Like basically what they're dealing with on their.
Pretty much.
Okay, got it.
We just do like dashboards and.
Yeah. Okay, so now let me ask you this: what other? So 6400. What other things did you learn in the schoolhouse that you could have gotten?
Well, through all the like classes and stuff that I took in the schoolhouse. I ended up getting like the equivalent of a electrical engineering degree,
Okay.
which is like all the like random
Oh,
stuff.
you got the certs.
I have so many certs and college credits off it. Like I actually looked it up. Like what's
Oh,
that
right,
website
right,
called?
because you could transfer it.
Yeah, and
Got
that's
it.
just like the most random thing that I'm like, oh
I mean, that's not bad though, because
yeah,
that's like a really sought after
yeah.
career field in the civilian world. So, okay, so you got placed, and you were going to Lexington,
No,
Biloxi,
Yeah,
Kentucky,
Mississippi.
Mississippi, Biloxi. That was your
Bul-
duty station.
Biloxi. It's
Biloxi,
a B. It's a B. Biloxi. Mississippi.
Biloxi, Mississippi.
Yeah.
That was going to be your duty station.
No, so this is where I was going to do my C school. So it's another school.
Oh, it's another schoolhouse.
That's
okay.
why Avionics we have originally a 5-year contract. Which
Got
I
it,
still had.
because
Yeah.
it's so long. Okay.
Yeah.
So you went there,
I went there.
and you did.
I was there for, let's see here, I was there for maybe 2 weeks, and then COVID kicks off.
Oh, this is where it gets. See, these Marines who came in post or like in the middle, because Pereira was kind of in the same boat. Okay, so first off, let's timeline wise, how long did it take from you signing the contract at the recruiting office?
Yeah.
Until you shipped off? How long was that?
I signed in March, left in May.
Okay, so not long. You did boot camp, you did MCT, East Coast?
West Coast.
West Coast, okay. And then you ended up going to the 6400 schoolhouse, which is how long?
September to February.
Oh, okay. So not that
Not
long.
crazy, no.
No. Did you have to wait in a mat platoon or anything?
No.
No, just
No.
right in. Okay, so
I've been pretty lucky in my
like
my time in the Marine Corps. For some reason, like there's bad things, but there's also like
compared to submarines who have to wait for like 6 months to even pick
and
up
I never
a class.
like I had a billet since day 4 of boot camp.
Right.
Like legit everywhere I've been.
You
The
just
first
build-
day I pick up billet, at
Right.
least one. And
That's fair.
I have never slept the floor.
That's the thing in the Marine. I feel like an experience. You know what I mean? But I do get that. I do get
I
that.
love it.
So okay, so you end up so September to February, so like 4 months, right? And then from in February you got sent to your C school.
Yes. I was a leap year? Like it was like the 29th, 28th.
Okay. And then COVID hit.
Yeah, we went out for St. Patrick's Day, and they were like, did you guys have fun? I'm like, yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
They're like, well,
You're quarantined.
You're done.
So at that schoolhouse, COVID hit, and I'm assuming things changed.
Yeah.
But you were still going to class.
Yeah, it was just bad. Like our schoolhouse was about a mile away.
Oh wow.
So we had to march a mile.
Dude, I feel that. Crash crew's the same way. I don't know if it's a mile, but it feels like a mile. It's just like
a mile.
one road.
Yeah.
Whereas like they did this thing in the Crash Crew schoolhouse where they made this like it's so far away because they have the burn pits and everything. They have to have it far away from everything. And they have this long road. They made it like this memorial road where like there's different like old school fire trucks. But like it's San Angelo, Texas. So depending on when you go, it could be snow. It could be sleeting, and you're just in your Gore-Tex, just fucking on your way to fucking, and it's long, and you have to, it's a schoolhouse, so you have to be up early, and it's miserable.
Well, so in Mississippi, when I was there at Keesler, there was they had day and night classes. So I got put on night. I had no alarm set. I woke up natural every day.
Oh, you had night classes.
Yeah, like the sun would hit me. Like,
that's cool.
And it was an Air Force base, so we didn't have barracks. We had manners.
Oh, see, ours was on an Air Force base too, but we had a barracks. Like we had barracks.
We had the same barracks that the Air Force had.
That's sick.
I was in Alho Manor. And
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so how long were you at your C school?
So I was only there for 3 months. And then I got told I'm going for T.
Okay. Now this is where it gets interesting. Yeah. Okay, so you're learning, you've got all the certifications from the 6400 schoolhouse.
Yes.
You're at your C school, you're 3 months in.
Yes.
And how long was that supposed to be?
So I would have left in June normally. But I ended up leaving in
so you got February, got there in February, you would have probably left in June, but you left in May. So you were almost done, basically.
So no, so I get told in April. I'm kind of, they called it riding the lightning. So like I was raised by my grandmother,
Yeah.
and my grandmother, like when I left for boot camp, she was like sick. She was in the hospital. Like all this stuff was going
Okay.
on, and then I'm finally able to contact her and talk to
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
Her health to this day, like I've talked to you about it,
Right.
not the best, right?
Right.
So now I'm like stuck. I know I can't go anywhere. Something were to happen.
Gotcha.
I help pay for her nursing home.
Oh, wow.
So when you do that, you get calls every time something's wrong.
Uh-huh.
So I'm getting calls like my grandma's going to the hospital. She has COVID.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like pandemic. Everybody's dying.
Right. Everyone's
You know?
like fucking
Or
quarantine.
unaliving,
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good.
So
You're
I
good.
was panicking, you know?
Yeah.
So I get a call at, like 2 a.m.
Right.
I'm not thinking about a test.
Yeah.
You know, so they said I was riding the lightning. I would like fail a test, pass a test. And they
Gotcha.
were just,
You were back and forth on. Okay, so that schoolhouse was tough just because of your
it
personal
was
issues,
really tough, yeah.
and you going having to pass these tests.
But also there was a person of power there that he didn't like the air wing.
Oh,
so when I checked
was
in,
it a Marine?
It was a Marine.
Okay.
So when I checked in, and this is me still in shape, towering person, they were like, I check in, and it was like, boarding is ordered, and he
was trying to put you down.
His first thing he said to me, he's writing some stuff on a piece of paper. He looks up and goes, "Why do you like this nerd shit?"
Oh, wow.
And I don't know what to say to that.
Was he a 64?
No, he was not avionics. So he was
Was he a grunt or
no? I don't know. There's rumors.
You don't know.
There's
You
rumors.
never found out.
I never asked him.
Yeah,
I never asked him.
Was he a staff NCO? Was he a sergeant?
He was up there, man.
He was up there.
Yeah, he was up there
doing his time.
I got kind of a round off later in the time, but at this point, I'm like, I don't know what to say. I'm like,
right, you're a new Marine,
I'm good at it.
What did you go? Sorry, we should talk about this earlier, but I'm assuming you went to boot camp as a PFC.
So I got all my stuff sent to my recruiter. My original recruiter left. And then a new recruiter came in.
And this paperwork probably got lost?
Yeah. So when the first things came out of boot camp, were like, cause I like I said, day 4 boot camp, I was a squad leader.
Right.
People are annoying me. I'm like getting called pops. Like I'm the old guy. I'm like, I'm 24, dog.
Yeah, I'm not that old.
Leave me alone. And I'm fresh 24. I went to boot camp 4 days after my birthday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm just like, I'm not there. I'd wake up and then like someone's like mid conversation with me at night, just like talking about life.
Right.
Like,
life experience.
Yeah.
What do you want to do after? Okay, so you went in as a private.
I went in there as a private.
Oh.
So then when the first group of people contract PFCs, I'm like, hold up.
Yeah.
I'm one of them.
On that. Yeah.
And they never properly did it. Oh. So now I got to ride out squad leader. Yeah. And I'm like, I've earned this at this point. Like, you're not.
Did you graduate as a PFC?
Yes.
Okay, so you graduated boot camp as PFC, which sucks. You should have went in as one.
Yeah.
And then by the time, I'm assuming, you were done with the 6400 schoolhouse, did you go to the C school as a Lance Corporal?
I got Lance in the C school.
Okay. So like 2020.
Yes.
You were Lance Corporal.
Yes. I almost got meritorious, but I knew I was getting promoted to Lance in 2 weeks.
So there was
in my new school. Because Pensacola, I was like weirdly important.
Yeah.
And I still even here, I feel like I'm a little too important than I actually I'm looked at as. Like, I don't know. Like, this master sergeant came in today and was like, went to my staff, like, where's Corporal Bishop? He's handing off this billet to a new master sergeant.
Yeah.
He's like, he needs to meet Bishop. And my staff sergeant's like, why? And then staff sergeant's like, Bishop, why are you so important? I don't know. You don't know this yet?
So you're Lance Corporal at your C school, and you end up getting told.
So like
you go through training for this C school, like
I didn't finish. I didn't finish.
Right, but you're learning for like at least a month or two. You're learning about what you were there originally there for.
Yeah.
and at some point
Yeah.
you were told, nope, you're not going to be learning about this
Yeah.
anymore.
So this same individual
Okay.
who said that why do you like this nerd shit?
Yeah.
Also in that conversation, he ended it with, "One day you're gonna do real Marine Corps shit."
Okay.
So
he's just
fast forward.
You fast forward.
He's
2
the
months
one.
now.
I've never seen this man lose bearing. Never seen him smile.
Yeah.
Like, no, I saw him smile once, and he saw me and then fixed it, like,
Right,
real quick.
right.
Like, this dude was like, I know he was on the depot a couple years.
Had
like,
to be.
Yeah, like
type of
re-enlisted
demeanor.
to stay in the depot.
Right.
Kind of thing. So this man looked at me, he was like, "Bishop, good news. you're going motor T."
No.
And he's like, "Motor T, hell yeah." And I'm in parade rest, because high rank.
Yeah,
So,
of course.
But this man who I'd never seen lose bearing just goes, "Brr, brr, 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 brr." I'm sitting there like, my life is over.
Right.
And this man's going, "Brr, brr, brr."
Just like feeding off of your fucking pain.
Yeah. And
Right.
I'm just like, what do you
Like,
mean?
what is even happening?
I'm calling instructors.
Why?
or something.
Why though? Why did
I
it?
was riding the lightning.
Oh, because you were in your personal stuff going on. You were failing the test, passing the test, and you essentially, failed too many tests, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, and they were like, "Hey, we're gonna reclass you."
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you then had to pack up and
Yeah, I packed up. There's kickers, man. I got there in Fort Leonard Wood in a on my exact year mark.
in the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Really?
So
Okay.
I'm there. I go into quarantine for 2 weeks. It's like
Because of COVID.
it's like a squad bay that's sectioned off like by like garbage bags.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't see the sun because the window was even blacked out.
Oh my god.
I was losing my mind.
Were they delivering chow?
So they would either deliver it or you were able to like pop out to like their like mask on and there was like a little cart and you would get like
you're in prison, right? Like
yeah. So I was like, dang, like
now
I was losing my mind in that.
Did you get a chance to take leave in between you?
No.
So
COVID.
Oh, because of COVID, they were like, no, you need to go straight from this schoolhouse to that schoolhouse.
The crazy thing is that they did not know I'd existed in Fort Leonard Wood.
Oh, they didn't even know you were coming.
So they gave me numbers to call when I got there.
Yeah.
And then 2 of the numbers didn't answer. They were probably S shops.
Sure.
The other one, the GDO answers. And I get this like captain.
He's not gonna know who you are.
Might have been a major. I think it was a major.
Yeah.
So he's like, what? And then he calls me back. He's like, who are you? And after explaining the situation.
How long of a time from when you were told at your C school was it until you were on the plane over to Fort Leonard?
2 weeks.
So quick turnaround. Also, for the people watching, Fort Leonard Wood is in Pensacola?
No, Fort Leonard Wood is in Missouri.
Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. So is that where the Motor T schoolhouse is?
Yeah, Motor T, HE. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. So Missouri.
Yeah.
So you were on the plane 2 weeks. You had, and basically they were like, clearly the people at your first schoolhouse didn't do anything to contact the leadership over at your new schoolhouse.
Nothing.
So you just got there, new like Lance Corporal with your fucking sea bag, and you're just, I'm here. Like,
yeah.
Now, how long from when you got to Fort Leonard Wood did it take you to pick up class?
Including the quarantine, 6 weeks.
6 weeks. Okay, so like
they were
a month and a half.
Yeah,
you were just in like a MAT platoon there.
Yeah,
and I'm assuming they were figuring out who you were, why you were
for the
there.
first 2 weeks. Yeah,
yeah, just like, hey, okay, we have this new Marine that's now a.
So they isolated me into an empty building, like, and when I first got out of quarantine.
Yeah,
and I remember
so you were quarantined, and then you got out of quarantine, and you were kind of like quarantined again.
I don't know if you know how it feels to leave an Air Force manor
and then go
to a Motor T holding barracks.
You're probably like, fuck
I was so bougie. Like I went in there, and then for this building is empty. There's no windows in the hallways, right? No vending machines or anything. There's just water in the hallway,
right?
And I'm like, where does this water come from? And then I find my room, and I go in there, and the first thing I say is, "Where's the carpet?
Where's the carpet?" That's hysterical. Because was it like this?
It was,
or like the old, like
it was like cement,
1607.
It was cement floors.
Oh yeah,
like they couldn't even have linoleum.
Yeah.
You know,
just like that.
It was
the old brick stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, and you got there. You're waiting. You're essentially, I'm assuming, rotting your life away.
I was there for a few days, and then they grabbed me and had me in charge. They're going to have incoming people.
Yeah.
Like a drop. And they were just like, you're in charge.
Okay, so you got put as like the not platoon, but like the class president.
Yeah, so like I'm getting told I Lance Corporal, and I'm like, get away from me. Like you guys smell like MCT. Like, get away.
I feel like that you experienced that at a schoolhouse, but Marines, I feel like you were West Coast. Did you ever go to Lima Company?
Oh no,
you were never there.
No,
I feel like Lance Corporals there were like that, right? But however, you've now been in the Marine Corps for a year, so it's different. Yeah. But like Lance Corporals at Lima Company, where it's like they get in the new boots right out of boot camp because they would be going to MCT or ITB, right? And they'd be like, "Oh, I've been here, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "What? Where do you get this courage?"
It's not a brag.
Where do you get this courage?
I was getting like, I had a friend who was like, he came up to me, so he broke his hip.
Okay.
And he actually came here with me, and I remember him telling me he broke his hip in boot camp.
Oh wow!
And he was there for 7 months.
Yep.
And he says to me, he's like, "Hey, Bishop, I used to think I was salty until I met you." And I'm like, we're in the schoolhouse. Dog.
Yeah. We haven't even hit the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're there, you pick up class, and now, how long was this schoolhouse?
So I went to another follow-on school after this, so it's kind of a blur at this.
So Motor T is a follow-on school too?
So that's how I became.
The double.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So with COVID, people weren't able to come back from the fleet.
Sure.
So they just had a group of us roll over.
So but you finished the Motor T schoolhouse. Was that like 2-3 months?
Yeah.
Okay. And then from there, now is it held at the same?
Yes.
Okay. So same spot. You didn't have to fly somewhere again. Okay. No. So you were there you said you got there in June?
May.
Got there in May.
I
and when
got
did you
to the training in June.
Okay, so you were there May 2020 till
I got here October 5th
of 2020. Okay, so you were there for 5 almost 6 months, right? And then by the time you got here, you're basically a year and a half into your Marine Corps career.
Yeah,
and you had just got to
the
Okay, so let's talk about really quick before we go into what's here. How did they tell you guys at your schoolhouse? So for us, for instance, like when you're coming up on graduation day, you are in a formation, and everyone who everyone who's coming up on graduation day, right? And then the staff NCO comes out and reads off the duty stations of like who's going where. Right? Was that same process for you?
Yeah. So when I was in OVOC, which is like the basic OT.
Yep.
When I was there, they had us in like, it wasn't like a formation, it was more so like a school. And then like if you wanted to, when they told you, you could like go up and like look at your orders.
Oh.
See. So they got to me and they were like 210 artillery unit or something. And then I'm like, it was in Lejeune. And I was like, okay, so I'm supposed to go there.
So you were told Lejeune. This is a crazy story. So you're told Lejeune in the formation, and then I'm assuming, if I'm going to guess, you go to look at your paperwork.
So, no. So one of my instructors goes, ooh.
Okay.
And I was like, what's that? He's like, I was there, man. They're in the field 260 days out of the year.
Oh no.
I can't do that, man.
Right.
First time I ever slept outside was MCT.
Oh really?
I can't. I didn't
Yeah.
really sleep.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
NVD's panicking. Like, what's that? What's that? There was one night I woke up like half the platoons. I thought they were wolves. I was like, there's wolves down there, and they're like, it's not wolves. It doesn't matter. There's a pack of something down there. And,
Okay. So you were told to June. You read the paperwork. You were told.
So I am depressed now. Like,
Right.
I was like, I already hated being motor T. I
Sure.
haven't hit the fleet yet.
Right.
And then I get these orders. Where I'm
And
gonna be
you're
like
like, this
super motor T
sucks.
in the field,
Right.
260
And
days out of
also,
the
you're
year.
going to be across the country. Or, well, where are
Yeah.
you originally from?
Illinois. So like
Oh, okay.
Midwest.
So,
I was gonna
yeah.
send me over there.
Yep.
I'm like, I wanted sun or overseas. That's all I wanted.
Right.
So I all of a sudden they brought up, hey, we're gonna have a chance to roll over to the fuels.
Oh, okay.
And I said, oh,
What that?
Yup, get it. I'm here.
Okay, so you, if you didn't volunteer,
I was gonna
you
go
would have
to
gone to
Lejeune.
Lejeune. So you were kind of taking the gamble. Hey, if I do this extra schoolhouse, it's
Yeah.
gonna suck. I'm gonna be in training for a little bit longer, but maybe I get another duty station.
Yes.
Okay, so you go and now you're doing the fuels stuff, and you're same thing. You're in the formation, and they say 29 palms.
They don't even do that. So they told us a couple of people's orders came down and they got it, but it was like most of us. There's like 13 people in the class for this.
Yeah.
Like 8 of us didn't have orders.
Now, was it because it was a small class size and you were about to be both MOSs? Did you get a choice?
I don't. No, this one was just wherever.
Like
So
not
there
even like
wasn't
a
east west over. It wasn't that. At
nothing.
all
Just wherever.
Yeah, so they just sent us over there, and they were like, "Okay, so what was it? They told us to just keep an eye on MOL." So
Just look at MOL.
I get a text from one of my guys like, "Hey, yo, it's up, come over." They're my neighbors, so I went over there like, "Yo, what we looking at?" So I put it in there. All of ours say Miramar. We are hyped.
Oh,
we are
hyped.
It is 11 o'clock at night. I am banging on doors. I'm going to Miramar, bitches. Like I'm going crazy.
God.
And then
how many days did that go on?
2
whole days. So you're like calling your family, probably. Like, Mom, I'm going to Miramar. Like,
oh man.
And then what happened? Who told you? Did you find out on MOL again?
I think they said, "Hey, there might be some updates. Check your MOL again."
Oh my god.
So then Miramar turned into 29
palms. For everyone that was also going to Miramar?
No, so
some of them.
No, everybody who's going to Miramar ended up going to 29 palms.
Everyone.
Yes.
Wow.
So it was 4 of us.
Who else here?
I don't think you met them. Did you? You met Ski.
Yeah. Okay.
Ben Zaleski.
Yeah.
Banffy. Like Banffy was the one who told me he thought he was salty too.
Oh, really?
Little Banffy.
Yeah.
He's like, thought it was salty until.
But everyone that you got here with is not here right now.
Yeah, I'm
because you're the last one.
I'm the last one.
Gotcha. And so all 4 of you guys found out simultaneously after 48 hours of being like
happy.
My life has finally paid off, right? All this training, and then you get told 29. What was your initial?
So I never heard of 29 Palms.
Oh,
so now we're on Google, and I'm like, this is like Little House on the Prairie, Mad Max, and then add in like meth.
Yeah,
and then that's where I got the grasp of it. So I go to class the next day, and one of the gunnies, he was like,
I'm clipping that. That's really good, dude. I'm clipping that.
So the gunny, he's like, "Oh, you guys get new orders? 29 Palms," and I'm mad. And he's just like, "Oh man, really? That's crazy." No. And he's like, "Oh man, it's literally my favorite duty station. Why? Because like everything was like better. So like So everything good about 29 Palms is leaving 29 Palms?
Yeah.
There's no, man, you're like in the donut, so you can go this way, a couple hours from Vegas, a couple
Right.
hours from. I go, so everything good about 29 Palms is leaving 29 Palms?
Yeah.
And then like he starts getting like mad.
Right.
Because I'm mad. I'm
Right.
Lance Corporal,
Right.
but
And
I'm 25 now.
yeah.
And I'm sitting here like, dog,
I can't do this for.
I'm not a kid.
Yeah. I'm not
I'm not blindly coming into this right now. So everything,
Oh my.
and then then it's like someone goes, "Hey, tell him about Shit Lake." And I'm
No
like,
way.
"What? There's a Shit Lake," and they're like, "Oh yeah, it freezes overnight, then it'll thaw out in the morning, and then marinate during the afternoon." I go, so it has like an overfrost, and then turns to like 110.
Yeah.
Is this Narnia?
No.
And he's like,
The funny thing is, I'm comparing it too because, like, when you said now we're on Google, I'm like, you know how when people have something wrong with their body and
Yeah.
they go to Dr. Google
Yeah.
and it's like, you're gonna die.
yeah.
That's the same thing where I'm thinking, you guys are on Google. What is 29 Palms? And then like the cactus bar comes up and you're like,
Cactus.
no, dude,
The
no.
cactus. I had some nights at the cactus.
But okay, and so you got here in 2020.
Yeah.
Did all four of you guys get over here at the same time?
Same time.
Okay, so you at least knew people coming into it.
Yes.
What were your expectations when you first got here? Did your Google? You heard some stories.
I
Low, I'm
figured-
assuming.
Well, my whole mentality when you're going in somewhere, like, did you hit the fleet with people in the schoolhouse, or did you go somewhere by yourself?
So, yes and no. I got there by myself, but like I knew like one person
Okay.
that had got there like maybe a month.
So I realized very quickly
Yeah.
you don't have to be the best, just don't be the worst.
Sure. Like
So when we're in the van, we got picked up by a senior Lance Corporal, you know that guy, right? And then we get picked up by my staff sergeant. And the staff sergeant's like, "Oh, I heard you guys were like the leadership or top of the class." I'm like, "Well, I was
I've been here for a minute.
I was first in the class.
Yeah.
I was class leader.
Yeah.
Ben Zaleski and Blair were my squad leaders.
Right.
Banffy was
Oh, so you were in boot camp with them too?
no, so
Oh,
they had
okay.
the same structure. Like I'm telling you, like Pensacola, I had like 8 billets
Yeah.
by the time I left. Like
Yeah.
in the schoolhouse, barracks, and in like on base. Like I had
Yeah.
one billet where I only answered to a Chivo 5.
Right.
It was crazy.
As
It
a Lance Corporal.
as a PFC.
Oh, as a PFC.
Yeah, I had my Navy counterpart was a petty officer first class.
Oh wow.
So like a staff sergeant and a
right.
PFC really equals.
Right.
And then I go over to Biloxi,
Uh-huh.
and I am instantly like night person, like
Sure.
the night class leader,
Sure.
because 9-day class.
Yeah.
And I'm new, but they're just like
Right.
heard about me.
Yeah,
like they
yeah,
heard
yeah.
the legend, I guess. So then I turn into that, and then I get guide because
At the schoolhouse.
once COVID kicked off, my the he who should not be named, the higher ranked person,
Right.
he started like white gloving everything, but he never changed the glove. So as he got farther down the line, it just got dirty.
Darker and darker.
And then so the leadership, like the guide and stuff, were down there.
Yeah.
So he gets fired. So now
Oh.
I'm guide. So
God.
now on top of everything that's going on, I now had to, whether how late I got off out of the schoolhouse, like the class,
You always
which
had
could be like 1 a.m,
Oh,
and then
wow.
PT till 3. I still had to march the
platoon.
platoon in the morning to class with the guide on, drop the guide on, turn around, come back, and still get a couple hours of sleep before I had to be for mine and I classes.
Oh. Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys get to 29 and you're trying to come in like, hey, I'm not salty, right? But
Yeah.
I know my shit, right? I've been in the schoolhouse for a minute.
So
The other guys are on the same page.
no one was really bad except Banffy. They just thought he was soft.
Okay.
So like I don't know if you ever had like a conversation with him, but
Yeah.
he'll just be like, "Hey, I need you to do this." I go, Like his hands.
Is anyone here, like leadership wise, any sergeant or whatever here when you got here, or were they a corporal?
I am the last of 374.
Oh, okay. So you're the last person from Fuels with.
No. For the unit I came into was NWS's 374.
Got it.
And they had a sundown ceremony. I was also a part of that.
Right.
But it was, I am the last person of 374 here.
That's here.
Yes.
Oh,
like,
wow.
not just AGS, but on base.
Oh.
I am genuine. We were the Rhinos. I'm the last Rhino. It was me and Tori from EVE.
Yeah.
And we would sit there and just be like, Rhinos, keep charging.
No
we would get emails from our old sergeant major, and it would just say, keep charging, crash. And we were like, why does he say crash? Turns out a group of Rhinos is called a crash. I'm like, bars. I told him, like, that's bars right there.
A group of rhinos. Is it really?
It's a crash.
What is a group of rhinos called? A crash. In a normal sized crash, there will usually be one dominant rhino, clearly him, who will defend his territory.
Yep.
Everyone learned something new here.
A group of, we looked it up. Every email, I could probably find some old ones. They just say, keep charging, crash.
What?
And I'm just like, really, what is a crash? A crash is a group of rhinos.
That guy fucks.
Bars. Money Merles.
No way.
Money
Okay.
Merles, man.
So you guys got here and basically you got here with 374, but you were in the transition into AGS.
Yeah.
What it is now.
Oh,
and
hey, to answer your question, when we first got here, it did not go smoothly for me. So
because of leadership, because of
I was visibly like, okay, this guy's gonna be good. But there was one big thing that messed up.
What is that?
So
Pereira's fucking calling probably because he's like, I'm still here from 374. He's probably in the chat right now.
He was never in 374. He got here when 374 was here. Okay, you got here. Where's the camera? You got here when 374 was here, but you weren't checked into 374.
No, we're not answering.
You checked in
We're not
to
answering.
AGS because you weren't there yet. Stop playing. You don't got that. You're not a rhino, bro. Chill. You weren't part of the crash. What's a group of tortoises? Tell him.
Group of tortoises.
I bet it sounds real cool.
What is the group of tortoises called? There we go. A creep.
You're a creep.
A creep, dude.
Oh, that's great. Creep.
Okay. So your expectation.
Hang on. I just noticed. Lamb said blindside.
Blindside.
You know what's so funny?
Mm-hmm.
I introduce Lamb to people without like Lamb there, I always tell them he's Haitian. I always tell them, oh, he's from Haiti. Like he's from here, from Haiti.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, really? So then later on in the whatever it is going on, I would just hear, Bishop, stop telling people I'm from Haiti. Like, I'll be like, he says something. Like, one day I was going to work and he's on duty and he's just like, says something stupid. I'm like, shut up and go play the bongos.
I couldn't say that though, so it's good that you're saying it.
No,
So you got okay. We're getting off track here. This is good stuff though. So your expectations were low. I'm assuming.
No, so expectations of the base were low, but
like
I still had like an open mind. Like it's a new situation.
Your unit, right? You're finally in the fleet.
We get ROMmed again.
Okay.
Still COVID.
Oh, right. Still COVID. Okay.
We get out. We're checking in for a day. The whole shop. Yeah. Was actually here. So most of the shop was at WTI.
Okay.
The rest of the shop gets quarantined because our master sergeant was his wife had COVID, and then he was playing cards with everybody.
Oh.
So now it is us four, and then like 2 sergeants that weren't motor team.
Oh, so you came in the WTI time where everyone's gone, and you're kind of like, oh, this is nice, until they all get back.
No, so this is what happened. I get a call. I'm still checking in. I don't have gear yet. I get a call from my staff sergeant from his house.
Don't tell me I have to.
he told me I have to do a run at Pendleton. And I'm sitting there like, I have gear yet? I'm nervous. So they get me, it comes the day. I have Ben Zaleski going with me.
Okay.
And he's like,
Yeah,
his arms start going, get you gassed up. So he was we get told to take this truck.
Uh-huh.
Instantly I knew something's wrong with this truck.
Like a Govey or like an actual?
It was a 7-ton.
Oh, okay.
I knew something's wrong with the 7-ton.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I go tell the sergeant, I'm like, sorry, something's wrong with the 7-ton.
Yeah.
He's like, just, sorry. Starts cussing me out till we get back in there
Just
and
keep
go.
going.
And so, okay, we start driving it, and it's dragging like a lot.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, something is wrong with this.
Don't tell me it breaks down.
So, I wish it just broke down. So,
No way it broke.
We're going, and he caught me stopping twice. Cusses me out both times and threatens me all this stuff.
No
right?
way.
And mind you, like, he was like 6'4", but like 120 pounds.
Mhm.
Like I would have just ran. If it came down to it, it would have went down. But no, so now he takes off, and we kind of keep like dipping off to like the side. 'Cause I could tell we're calling the dude who's driving us around. We thought he was like a Motor T guy.
Yeah.
Turns out he is
Not.
he's bulk fuel.
Oh.
And he got there the same time. He got off quarantine the day before we did.
Right.
So we thought he knew stuff. He's like,
But
so he's like,
I hear, bro.
so at one point he just goes, I'm sorry. Hey, sorry, big dog. I'm at the gym. I know you got to get there.
No way.
So Ski goes, he said, send it. And I'm like,
No.
send it?
I don't like how it's.
So he's like, I'm like, send it? Are you sure? Send it. And I'm like, okay. So I start going. And every time we pulled over, it's like sand and everything,
Yeah,
sand's
yeah,
getting
yeah.
kicked up. Start going. Now there's smoke.
Oh.
And now, but not in the hood. It's like on the back of us. So I'm like, hey, Ski, you see
How
that?
far away are you from?
We're
Pendleton?
going to, I want to say 12th Street,
Ah.
right? So we're main.
Oh, you're not even off base.
No, we're going from Wilson to 12th Street because we're staging it for then they're going the next day.
Okay, got it.
So I'm like, oh, there's smoke. He's like, send it. And I'm like, I'm going. I remember missing my turn, so it added more time. Had to come back around. I go in there, and I'm like, don't tell them something's wrong. There's a line of people honking at us.
Yeah.
Like we don't see the smoke. I
Right.
see the smoke. So I get in there. Brown guy, of course. Proper procedures.
Of course.
We ground guys, hey, there's something wrong over there. All of a sudden I hear fire.
Full on fire.
So the there was an air leak in the hose, and the truck they gave me was deadlined.
Oh.
So there's an air leak in the hose,
And a higher leader was like,
yeah,
take it.
So it locks up, but it's still rotating because we're going,
And
but it's like
burning
locked
it.
up.
Yeah.
So on fire now.
Full ass 7 ton.
Yeah. So it took 8. It was just the rear in it,
Oh,
the
okay.
rear axles
Yeah.
on the driver's side.
Right.
So it took 8 fire extinguishers to put it out.
No way.
And then even then, I remember that one of the staff sergeants was lighting a cigarette. I'm like, it works! Because, at the end of the day, everyone's Motor T. Like, they're mad, but they're like...
Right.
So that's right. So we're like...
It works.
We're talking. And I remember I'm getting blasted by this staff sergeant who was the ops chief.
Yeah.
And then my staff sergeant calls me. I'm answering him because I just saw a missed call. Call him back.
Right.
Yes, and then all of a sudden, I hang up. This staff sergeant comes over here. He starts blasting me. My staff sergeant's calling me back. Call to that. Hang up. Then it's just a rotation of these 3 staff sergeants yelling at me. Now I'm just labeled as the guy who burned a truck down in his first week.
But how could you get in trouble for that though? Because you were just being told
Because
what to
no
drive.
one was really trying to listen to
The Lance
the
Corporal.
new Lance Corporal who's in for a week.
Right.
The funny part was I'm getting yelled at by the ops chief, right?
Yeah.
And now he's Gunny something. Can't think of it.
Yeah.
But he says, "What is wrong? When'd you get here? When'd you get out the schoolhouse? Last week." Well, they were like, he was like, "What about you?" He goes, "He was my class leader."
I don't know anything either. Dude,
He was my class
leave
leader.
me alone. I'm just a
Oh
PhD.
man, it was great. It was
No
great.
way. Okay, so first week, tough.
Yeah.
You get here. I'm assuming you had to pick up corporals pretty soon. No.
So injury started for me quick. I tore up my shoulder in camp.
Okay.
So MCT, I'm not MCT. MCT boot camp I tore my rotator, labrum, pec, and bicep.
Oh wow.
And I pull-ups.
Gotcha. So PFT was
yeah.
tough.
So they tell you to like, best way to get through is just get through.
Yeah,
so I didn't
yeah.
go to medical. So I'm still doing all the burpees, all the push-ups, all the pull-ups, like anything, doing all the PTs.
It up even more.
And it's just getting worse and worse to the point where I remember I got sent to. This is how I made my name better.
Okay.
Because they got sent to like Lance camp. I was here doing all the work.
Sure.
And then I get sent to the field, my first field op, and like maybe.
Right.
So like I did great, but after that month, I was sitting there. Like after that field op, I was like, I need to get this checked.
Yeah.
So I'll here's some Motrin, here's some physical therapy.
Yeah.
And it took like a year. But I mean I didn't get it because I was so messed up.
Okay.
It got to a point where I can do this because of steroid shots. I get steroid shots like every 4 months now.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And well, maybe we could get into this in a second, but as far as your medical like I'm assuming that's a main reason why you're getting separated.
Knee.
That's knee.
Knee is the main thing. Like,
that's the main thing.
Shoulders on my paperwork.
Sure.
It's like I'm claiming it, but it's not like.
That's not the reason, right? Yeah. Okay, the knee is the reason. Got it. So you get here, you have the shoulder issue. The knee comes soon after that.
Yeah.
That's preventing any sort of promotion, right? At the time, you're here for what? It's almost close to 2021 now, right?
Yeah.
At that point,
yeah.
2021 rolls around. AGS becomes a thing, right? So now 374's done, and you have been here for over a year.
No. So AGS started in 22.
Oh, 22. Okay, so you're a part of the Rhinos. The crash.
You creep.
You're part of the crash for a year and a half, and you like what is your, let's say after, because I'll ask both, right? Because you're coming up on you getting out of here officially. Yeah. What was after the first year? What was it like as far as like your mindset?
I was in a really
just a low place.
I was in a low place. Like I mean, we were in field ops like every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So like me and my roommate, we were the main guys for a while. Where it's like at the field ops.
And is that because you were both?
We were both like we were easily the more responsible ones.
Well, right, but I'm
not
saying
necessarily the best motor T guys because.
But as far as like on paper, you specifically were motor T and fuel. So like your resume,
you weren't going to be in the shop if you. So like if you were motor T, you did both.
Got it.
There's no like regular motor T. So,
okay.
It was just you don't got to be the best. You just can't be the worst.
Right.
We separated ourselves. Sure. I went from burning down a truck to Bishop. Can you get this done?
Yeah. That's good. That is how the Marine Corps should be, right?
Yeah.
But so you and so after your first year, you have a pretty fit mindset because one is 29.
Yeah.
And two, your injuries are kicking in.
Injuries were bad.
Right.
I am being looked at as like
the broken
making
Marine.
It up. You're soft and all this stuff.
Right.
I remember I got my MRI and I was so happy
that it came back.
I'm like oh, no.
Yeah.
Like right. I'm legit hurt.
Yeah.
I'm like, where's the torn? I'm like texting it. Like, it's everywhere.
I mean, it is relieving because I feel like, and for the people watching, there's a huge stipulation in the Marine Corps when you are injured or when you want to go to medical. It's unfortunate, but it's a bad look, right? Like it's a bad look for a bad reason, I think, right? Because like as a Marine, you should be healthy.
Yeah.
But the stipulation is like, oh, you should push through it.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, what? Like, how does that even?
I pushed through like I started complaining about my knees too.
Mhm.
I was going to physical therapy for my knees, and
Right.
they would not look at my knees.
Oh, they wouldn't.
They wouldn't. So my knees,
because this was worse, or just
yeah,
because
at the time shoulder was worse. I got diagnosed, and
the
eventually
MRI
we
came
did
back
that.
with your knee.
Eventually, no, the MRI came back for the shoulder in late 21.
Okay.
22. I'm like, okay, I get steroid shots. Back at it. Like,
Right.
I'm going
Now
again.
I'm back.
Knees are still iffy. They're
Sure.
not looking at them yet, though.
Yeah.
And then
When did you end up picking up corporal? Because obviously
December 22.
Oh wow! So you were here for almost 2 years.
Yeah, because even though I was going through physical therapy and everything,
Mhm.
my body was so messed up that I was still. I started going to Warrior Athlete.
Got it.
And at the time, Warrior Athlete had a sports trainer, athletic trainer, and she was like working on me. Like I was
Really
getting massages. I was getting
yeah.
these tools. She's like breaking up. Like,
Right.
I'm telling you, I did not need a rest day. Like I was never sore from a workout.
Just because of how good that she was.
Shout out to Heather. She's probably not watching. I absolutely adore Heather. Like, oh my gosh. Like
I'm assuming they took her away.
So she just finally got pissed and got a new job.
Yep.
And yeah, like I understood, but she ain't gotta leave me.
Yeah.
Like I know Heather pinned me to corporal.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Was she a civilian?
Yeah.
That's awesome though.
Heather pinned me.
That's
like,
cool.
She was this little short.
Like, yeah.
She was a trainer for the what is it? What's it? Golden Knights or what's the hockey team in Vegas?
Golden Knights. Yeah.
She was a trainer for them at one point. Oh
really?
And also while she's doing that, like during the day and night and everything, she also was doing like roller derby.
Roller derby?
A weirdly badass 4'10". Like
what?
She was sick. I'm telling you.
Roller derby.
I talked to her about everything. All debauchery. I'm like,
yeah.
You never believe what happened.
I feel like that happens a lot with physical therapy in the Marine Corps, though, is like you get personable with the people because you see them like once a week at least.
Yeah, no.
And they're civilians, so like, what are they going to do, right? So you just end up, they become 2 in 1. They become your physical therapist and your therapist at the same time.
She was, I went to her like, she had it going away. I went to it. Her coworkers were even there.
Really?
I was there. I was sitting there, and I'm like, I don't know none of these people. I thought I just recognized someone. It was cool. I helped her move. Like, that is family.
Yeah.
That is family.
Do you know where she is now? Where'd she go to?
She is in Phoenix, and she hates it.
Oh, really?
She's running a program for, like, the VA.
Yeah.
She doesn't get to like work with anyone. So she loved interacting with like the Marines.
But she's kind of moved up in a sense now.
She's kind of now she's in an office and she doesn't get to like build relationships.
Got it. Okay.
Good. She can't replace me. Like Heather, we have a bond, Heather.
We'll make a video. Heather, if you see this,
I miss and love you, Heather.
So
why did you leave me?
So we are now. You've been here for 5 years.
Yeah.
Is it coming up on? Well, by the time you're out, it won't.
I will hit 6 years in the Marine Corps in May.
In May, and
I haven't been here for like 4.5 years.
4.5. Okay, but they didn't need to extend you at all here.
They did.
Oh, because of the medical thing.
Yes.
Okay, so when was your original EAS?
May 12th, 2024.
2024, and then they extended you for a year.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I had like 3 different extensions of it.
Got it.
They extended me to August to November to following.
Because they just didn't know when the whole process was going to be done with. Okay. So now that it's coming up on your month, right? Finally. We'll start ending the talk because we've actually been rolling for an hour and 15 now, which is kind of cool. But
so organic.
No, it is organic.
It's going
cool.
smooth.
It's smooth. It's smooth. So you're coming up on it. I'll ask you this. So first, where or what's your like leaving statement, right? You're coming up, you've been here longer than most, right? What's your mindset now after the first year, after the Google searches that you put in before you were going to get here? Now, 4.5 years later, what do you got?
So Marine Corps always talks about standards, right? And I tell all of my guys that you have to uphold your own standard.
Yeah.
Like you have to be able to what you're going to allow yourself to do, what you're going to allow other people to do to you and around you. You have to uphold your own standard.
Yeah.
And that is how you should definitely make decisions, how you should carry yourself. Like sometimes you have to adjust your standards. And I had a sergeant when I first got in. He was here for like a week before he left, so he has it going away. And he told us, "Don't drop your pack. Just change your gear." And I don't know, that hit. I was like, "Yo, Kendrick wrote that. Like that was crazy," and it literally was in my head this whole time. So I'm trying to say, "Don't drop your pack. Change your gear."
Yeah.
So like, as my mind is going terribly in 2021, change your gear. What can I put in the gear? Like, what gear can I put in? I started volunteering. That summer is when I went to the camp for the first time. That I had Guy that went to, Eddie to Eddington went to. Like that camp that it's like it brings me back.
Right.
Like grounds wherever I'm at, it's like a reset for me. So like, okay, change your gear. I am PTing all my guys. I get injured. And then now, okay, not PTing their guys. I can't be out in the motor pool all the time.
Do you think that affects you mentally as far as like in comparison to Heather?
It does.
Like,
it does. Like me getting injured and
you know what I mean? Like as far as
the camp part or the
now part.
So yeah, it's just it affected me mentally. But I gotta remember, change your gear. Control what you can control.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, okay,
sure.
I'm not gonna be on the lot all the time.
Yeah.
I can't be PTing my guys.
Yeah.
But what can I do? I can give them guidance.
Fair.
I can train them.
Right.
I can make sure their well-being is good. I can check up on them. So like when I'm doing counselings every month, I am going in depth with that, and I'm actually talking to them, having mentor sessions. Like I said it, like we had the NCO panel or whatever.
Yep.
The promotion panel. Yep. I told them that like me getting injured made me a drastically better leader. Because
it gave you the opportunity to see it from a different side.
Yeah, I was in the gym like 7 hours a day at that time.
Yeah.
So like when I got injured, I got 7 more hours in the day that I don't know what to do with.
Right.
So now my Marines have to talk to me.
That's true.
And yeah, I'm not gonna say I made them, but like I am proud to say that I had input on 5 junior Marines that got corporal.
Right.
And then it's not just for my shop. Like, and then I branch out to other shops. Like, I pinned Corporal Bullet.
Yep.
Lamb told me.
You enjoy the impact that you could have.
Lamb, love you, Lamb. I know you called you Haitian if you're still watching. Don't hit me with the dart.
Yeah.
Don't hit me with the dart.
So.
But, yeah.
Okay, so the impact, leaving here, you're happy, even though it sucked being here in 29 for the full time, and also dealing with what you had to deal with, the impact that you got to have on certain Marines.
Yes.
Was worth it.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't regret doing a second of this on my journey, which is like I said, crazy.
It is a crazy story.
Yeah.
It is.
But
it was probably tough in the middle of it.
Parts of it were definitely tough.
Yeah.
But, every now and then I'll get a call at 2 a.m.
Right.
From Okinawa. The dude, I was his class leader, and he's just like, "Hey, how you doing, class leader? What, you taking a little nappy nap?"
Yeah.
Alcatraz, it's 2 a.m. And I'm just like, dog, like, I'm not doing this. Right. He's like, "Oh, yeah, time change." I'm like, but I will always answer those phone calls.
Yeah.
And
so with moving now out of the Marine, or transitioning out of the Marine Corps, do you know, well, 2 questions with this. Do you know what you want to do outside the Marine Corps, and has the Marine Corps molded you to want to do something specific because of the Marine Corps, or like maybe on the opposite side of that, has it pushed you to want to do maybe the complete opposite of?
So it's not that it made me do something. It actually comes back around.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to a pilot program.
Oh, really?
So it just brought it back around.
Yeah.
So I found out I can do SkillBridge.
Yep.
So I can go to SkillBridge
Yeah.
and they have a pilot program in San Diego.
Now, does any of the certs that you got from your original schoolhouse help with that?
Probably not.
No? Okay.
Probably not.
Gotcha. I didn't know if any of the 60, because you said, what was it? Electrical engineering. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. But you want to pursue that now finally on the civilian side. You came in wanting to do it, didn't end up getting to do it, and now you end up what you want to try it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's there. They're taking care of me pretty well with the situation, and I'm just like, it's opportunity I'm taking.
No, for sure. I mean, it's funny you say that, because I feel like though the Marine Corps does have some stuff about it that not a lot of people like, there are a lot of positives and opportunities that
absolutely
come from the Marine Corps, even when you're in, like, using TA for college classes, like SkillBridge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like allowing the Marine, now they're not going to hand it to you, but if you do the research and the work to find it and like actually utilize that opportunity, it's very beneficial, right? Okay, so to close up, I've asked both of the guests this same question. I will say, or I'll ask this. The question is, throughout your Marine Corps career, from start to finish, well, not finish, but start to almost done, who has been one leader that you would like to shout out and say that they've impacted your life in a positive way, your leadership mindset, right? Like, it could have been in the schoolhouse, it could have been here.
No, I've always had someone.
Yeah,
it's tough.
That's the thing. There is someone that stands out, whether it's like years before, now or currently, right? Like someone who came in that instantly changed your set or something.
Yeah. Well, I'd say, like, first off, it's important to learn from everything.
I agree.
To good and bad, you gotta learn from it. But Gunnery Sergeant Love, he was.
Where was he from? Or as far as like, where did you meet him?
So he came to my shop.
Okay.
And he was like,
was he?
I don't want to put his business out there, but there was things, and he became the SACO of 374.
Okay.
And then some of our staff left, and he came back.
He was Motor T though.
He was bulk fuel.
Oh, bulk fuel. Okay, gotcha.
And Gunnery Sergeant Love was just like, he was the leader. He was the right leader for me, I think. Not everybody's gonna work with it, but
sure.
He like first time I met him, he was talking trash.
That
kind of works for me.
Yeah.
So he was like, no, but he became my mentor without like asking.
Right.
Like, he could see if I'm getting irritated and getting irritable and short tempered.
And I feel like not a lot, or I feel like Marines don't go out and look for a mentor, right?
Yeah.
It just kind of like falls into their lap because they're like, they see this person or Marine and they're like, this fits who I want to emulate.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why I like asking the question, because and why. So besides for fitting that like personality, what was something that came from him that you wanted to take into your leadership style?
He always, he was the ultimate, I'm looking out for.
Okay.
So, like I said, when I was having trouble, he'd be like, Bishop, we're having dinner tonight. The other side.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going over there. I'm kicking it with his kids on the couch.
Right.
We go on the grill.
I mean, he's taking the opportunity to
And then, but I needed them. And then he was just like, I talked about how much I love volunteering. That I love just everything at the camp. Got me into coaching sports.
Right.
So now I'm coaching his kids. His kids be like,
is he still here?
No, he got out. He got out. I was in his retirement ceremony.
Oh, nice.
I remember I just had my second knee surgery, and I'm on convalescent leave. He calls me like, "Would it be able to about face?"
Yeah.
So I'm like, I took my brace off, trying to see if I can do it. Nah,
no.
It was a buzzer beater. Like, I think I figured it out like the day before.
It's so funny that you say that. I was in the same exact scenario when I first got here. When I was put as the lead instructor of the Lance camp here. Same thing, except I had a calf injury.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit. During the graduation, am I going to be able to like stand up?
Oh.
Because I was on crutches.
Yeah.
And I just like, tested it out in my room a bunch. Like, can I stand up with this? Same thing. It's nerve wracking. Yeah. It's like you don't want to mess this up.
I got off my crutches. I got off crutches maybe like 4 or 5 days before the ceremony.
Okay.
So now I am like they're like, yeah, you can be I had to take the brace off sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm like, good enough.
I can do so. I'll fight it through.
Yeah, I was just like, got it. I nailed it. Nailed it, and I was like, cool. Marched off. I'm like, I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
Gunny Love, you said.
Yeah, Gunny Love. Yeah.
And he's been out for how many years now?
He got out in 23.
23. Yeah. Okay. Now, last question I have for you.
All right.
Because you are the first individual that is this close to getting out of the Marine Corps, right? Pereira, he's PCSing. Yeah. Lamb still has a good amount of time before he decides to re-enlist or not, right? If you weren't in this medical situation with yourself, right? Do you think, because you know yourself better than anyone, do you think that you would have a different mindset back in 2024 when maybe you would have re-enlisted or not? Think if you weren't in this situation, you would have re-enlisted?
So, I loved it.
Okay.
I loved my time in the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
I loved you're never going to get like camaraderie like
right. I agree.
The vibe you're going to get.
I agree.
When you asked me, I was so hyped because I just love seeing Marines do other side missions. I love it. I was like, yeah. Absolutely. That's sick. Great mustache. I know. As we had a conversation with great mustache.
Yeah. Okay.
I absolutely loved it. I was going to lat move. I wasn't going to say motor T.
Gotcha.
But I had like a short list of lat move things I wanted to do, and I was in the process of doing it when I got injured.
Like severely to the point where it was like, hey.
When the knee, When I was 9 days after my promotion, corporal.
Uh-huh.
So I ended up tearing it, like kneecaps and my quad.
Right. Good.
Like I remember reaching down and my kneecap's not there.
Oh.
And I'm like, I still feel like how I felt in my hand. Like,
right.
It's such a weird feeling.
Oh, I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Like it still sits up high.
And so after that,
you see it?
It is protruding. It's protruding. It is. You guys can't see it that way. It's protruding.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
But so you kind of took that as the sign of, hey, let's just focus on myself. Let's get out of the Marine Corps.
No, the injury made me focus on others.
Right. But I'm saying as far as the re-enlisting side.
In my head, I was going to get better and re-enlist up till probably March of 24.
Oh, really? Okay, so you went like over a year of like, hey, I still want to do this.
I'm going to get better.
Yeah.
There's nothing anyone could have told me that. I'm not getting better. No.
Yeah.
And then they did a second surgery. And then I am like just sitting there and gaining weight, and it's like I can't work out yet.
Right.
And then back steps. Like, okay, I'm trying to they got me running in physical therapy. All of a sudden I'm hyperextending.
Yeah.
I can't run now. Okay. So now I gotta take days off from healing.
Yeah.
And then it just piled on each other to the point where it was just seemed to be like impossible.
Right.
And somewhere, I think in March, I was like, I need an appointment at ortho. I want to talk about everything in the future.
Uh-huh.
And they were like, yeah, I'll get you June 1st. You know how it goes in medical. Yeah. So I get there in June, and I'm just like, at this point, I already got an extension, so I'm not getting out.
Gotcha.
But I'm just like, I think it's time.
Right.
And that is when he's like, yeah.
I think it's time to. Yeah. Okay.
I went through four doctors at ortho in this time. Like it was.
And that crazy. Fourth doctor told you like.
Oh, we're thinking that was my guy. Like he was lucky the homie.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, dog.
Right.
Hey,
like,
you gotta call me.
Yeah. We got to go home. It's the end of the night, guys.
Yeah.
You got enough of the night.
It's the bottom of the night.
Right. Okay, gotcha. And you getting out, right? you're trying to do skill bridge before
Yes.
you get out. And then transitioning over to more schooling for what you want to do with the pilot thing.
Yes.
But ultimately leaving with great experiences.
Yes.
Right. Some good mentors.
Yes.
Right. And definitely good people that you've met along the way.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing with the Marine Corps, right? Like, and it's a positive and a negative in my mind, right? Because you have an opportunity to meet so many different people from all around the country, sometimes the world, right? And yet the Marine Corps is tough because in 3 or 4 years, maybe 2-3 years after you meet that person, they're poof gone, right? And it like breeds this mentality of which unlike you said, I think Alvarez is his name, which unlike a Marine like that will call you.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it doesn't happen often, and you, instead of meeting like friends, you meet almost like acquaintances because you know that at the end of the day they're gonna be gone.
Yeah,
anyway.
it turned to that.
Yeah.
Like in 23, that's when not only I'm injured, but now like people are leaving.
Sure.
Like our friends are leaving. These like new guys. Like,
well, especially
This guy.
you because you've been here.
I've seen so many people come and go.
Yeah,
Like,
I felt like that at 372. It was the same way because I was there from 2018 until 2024.
Oh,
So I was there at 372 the same way. It was like I saw like so many cycles of people that it was so hard because like I had the opportunity to kind of do what you're talking about, like mentor, right? And stuff
Yeah.
like that. But at the same time, it's like I almost didn't want to get close with people because I knew that they were going to leave before me anyway.
I did.
Right.
Like I was the ultimate like corporal. Like I was not corporal NCO. Like I was not. We weren't kicking it outside. Like if I went to like a little buddy's room, they
Yeah,
have
yeah,
a
yeah.
function, you were there, whatever. But like you weren't coming to my room.
Right.
You weren't like none of that
Right.
because there has to be that separation.
Yep.
And because they got to understand that different, especially when I was the only one because the guys were leaving.
Right.
And you know, some people check out for like 6 months.
Have you seen a change barracks wise?
Yes. Yes.
I feel like I just opened another whole can of conversation, but I like to ask that because when I got to 372 for the first time, the barracks, and I don't want to say it's the year, but like from 2018 to like 2020, the barracks was like super different than it is now.
Yeah.
And I know that I've only been here for a year and stuff, but I feel like you felt that here.
It's quiet.
It's quiet.
I mean, it is. You're on a different hallway. Like
sure.
if Fuels and Eve get down a little bit.
Yeah.
Time.
I've heard.
But it's quiet. And I miss having the gatherings. And
right.
I used to hold gatherings. Like we used to have the theater room. And every Sunday in football season, I brought my
that's
TV out. We would have beer. We had gatherings.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, someone took over.
Do you think it's the people?
I don't
in the barracks. So do you think that the people that used to be here that maybe left?
A lot of the people in the barracks, like you had some people that like forced people to come out and do stuff.
Sure,
you had some people who were just like made like, hey, you guys want to come here? Like,
yeah.
But it's I think this like people just don't do stuff. It's kind of weird. I think it's COVID kids. They're used to just being home on a computer.
I mean, it's good and bad, but I will say that, like, going off of what you said earlier on how you don't get the camaraderie outside like you do in the Marine Corps.
Oh, no.
I feel like that has something to do with it as far as, like, you know, a lot of people that join, because we joined around the same age, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people that join the Marine Corps out of high school, this is their college.
Yeah.
Right? Where it's like, this is a dorm setting.
Yeah.
People live, you know, in right next to you. And like, maybe there's gatherings, maybe, you know what I mean? Like, but I feel like it's the people in the Marine Corps that make it either bad or good, because the gatherings could be forced, which is stupid.
Yeah.
Or it could be like, hey, we're doing this thing, you know.
You leave it open, they decide they want to pop out, they can. And that's just like the difference. And it's leadership mixed with the people who are coming in.
Like that's true. What's the thing that you're gonna miss the most about the Marine Corps then? Is it the camaraderie?
Oh my gosh, it's like just being with the guys. Like it's just like no,
It's just the
like,
atmosphere.
oh my gosh.
Just being able to say and do whatever
I
you
wish
want.
that was the like question, because now it's like can't say that, can't say that, can't say that.
Right.
No, I'm gonna miss everybody. Like
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
love talking to people. Like there's a new guy I always walk up. Like,
Yeah.
I'm Corporal Bishop.
Right.
So, like tell me about you. Like I start talking to him.
Right.
You'll get the guys who are like Lamb. I met Lamb on we were playing two-hand touch football, and he was like, "I'm gonna get past you." I'm like, "I'm just gonna hold you." So like he wouldn't get past me. Like I'm the lineman, dog. I got you right here. But then so me and him talk. We still talk now. But then you got like what's that? Boo.
Oh right. The tall ass motherfucker.
No, that's Lee. Moo's E.
Oh, okay. The little guy. He's so quiet.
He's so quiet.
So quiet.
Moo is from like.
Is it Taiwan? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thailand, maybe.
He doesn't speak great English. Like he's learning so much English in the Marine Corps, which is a terrible idea. Like it's terrible.
Starting point.
They're taking like say this now. But I walk up to him. I'm like, "Hi, I'm Corporal Bishop."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh," and I'm like, "What?" I go, "What?" He points to himself. He's like, "Mo." I'm like
Tarzan.
Like I'm like cow, Moo?
Yeah.
Moo. And then they're like, ask him what his first name is. Like, what's your first name? He's like, Gay. I'm like, what? His name is legit Gay.
Yeah.
MOO. His name's
Gay Moo. That's a name TikTok. That's a name TikTok.
That's a name.
It's his
name.
It's
literally his given name by his parents.
Oh.
And we absolutely love him. Like he's our mascot. Like
right, but he's so nice. He's
so nice.
He's just a genuine guy. You know what I mean? Like
were you there at the
Halloween thing?
He just wore his uniform. He went costume on the day. Yeah. Everybody put money and effort. He just goes to work in uniform.
Yeah.
Move.
People were pissed about that. I will say that people were pissed because people put effort into the costume.
Well,
he's like a statue, you know.
He's that guy. He's gonna be remembered.
Yeah, he's
like. I hope I get remembered as much as Moo.
Right.
But no, so you know what he did though? So he got a $50 gift card.
Oh right.
I got it for him.
Yeah.
He gave it to Bryant.
Her costume, the Scarecrow, right? Yeah. Hers was great.
Yeah,
that's nice.
It was going to be Brian or Eddie.
Yeah,
could have been.
Yeah. But it's Moo.
Moo.
He gave it to Brian.
I wonder how that conversation went. Oh.
Between Brian and Moo?
Quiet conversations. I'm like Gunny Love was my mentor. I'm Brian's mentor.
Brian's a genuine person.
Yeah, but she first got here. Like you ever see Pitch Perfect?
Yeah.
And she's like, I like Brian. That was Brian.
Yeah.
And I'd just be like,
she's soft spoken now.
I would hit the like Stone Cold. Like she'd come in like, excuse me, Scorpio. What? What?
This is good.
I love Brian so much.
She's cool. She is awesome.
No, I absolutely adore Brian. I think Brian is like she reminds me to be like a good. Like
I know. She's so nice. She always says hi.
She does the good morning, Courtney.
Good morning, Courtney. Yeah.
The wave.
Yeah. I'm just like
good morning.
Good morning
it's
to you.
It's like like you need someone like that keep you like base, because you can get so jaded and angry in the Marine Corps.
And I feel like there's people in the Marine Corps that come in like Bryant, right?
Yeah.
But lose it because of everyone else's attitude.
We try so hard to like keep her
preserve that.
Yeah.
Right.
And Bryant is so protective.
Oh, I can imagine.
Oh my gosh. No, even in your shop.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
I know.
Like Bryant is. Oh, what you just said?
I know. She's a staple in AGS. Yeah. But oh my god. Okay, this has been good.
Yeah.
I love this. Yeah, this is good. But we ran an hour and 40 now. So whoever is still in here, Bonk is Godinez, by the way. Thank you for staying in. I appreciate the support. I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. Again, if you dealt with ads on Twitch, please, use that free Amazon Prime subscription. Get rid of the ads.
You getting that money, Jans, bro. You getting that money.
Come in every Monday. Tell your coworkers about it. It's live on TikTok and Twitch, and they can catch the full recap on YouTube every week with timestamps to skip to maybe the more important section that they are interested in, right? So thank you again for everyone coming in here. I truly appreciate it, and I hope everyone has a great week. Peace. Say bye, Bishop.
Bye.